Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to day one of Lobotomy Corporation. My name is Alexander Sangmoore, and I'm the manager of this here facility. Now then, buy the audiobooks, don't even hesitate. See the one to the bottom left? It's very important that you get it. Without further ado, an introduction. So, the department functions of the control team. The clerks get... if you have the clerks and they don't die, you get increased movement speed for all of the agents, and continued service benefits, meaning that if the agents stay in that department for multiple days, they get additional movement speed, right? Movement speed is very important in order to subdue the entities. Right, team description. The control team monitors the employees and abnormalities and plans out... the best course of action. They give immediate orders to other employees while watching the CCTV feeds. They tend to be quite bossy and assertive, making them unpopular with other teams. And research projects, nothing is here. So, we have here Binzen the Brave, who is going grey and has dark shadows under his eyes because of my near proximity. He will be the one that we want to train as much as possible. Now, we're going to be training temperance and sanity, or prudence, and this here is the basic pitch given to us by the game, at the beginning of the game, as a freebie, who has a little bit more prudence compared to Mr. Binzen. Now, let us now, without further ado, begin... the management. Oh shit, son, what's this? Right, okay, let me get my bearings. So, we begin by sending our guys to the area here. Let me just get my control back, because I don't quite remember exactly the optimal way to navigate it. I seem to have forgotten. Right, it's right click to move around. Right, okay, so, and down here we have the speedy up part. The play the game at normal speed, play the game at faster speed, play the game at super fast speed, and pause, right? So pause is this, and this is that. So play it at the normal speed, right? So this here is Binzen, who is speaking with the entity and doing instinct work on it while getting us the fuel, right? So you speak with the entity and it gets you fuel, right? So, unfortunately, we cannot speed this up for the time being, right? But we do need to get through the level, which means that we're going to do this around about 20 to 30 times or so until I am done smoking this, and afterwards... I don't want to lose any of my guys on day one, you see, so if he takes sanity damage, I'm going to let him recover it and then send in the other... excuse me, the other one. Let's see how she handles temperance work. I believe it's good to switch around, right? So, management guidelines. The entity will restore the employee's mental state when the work result is good. Aurora, who received this benediction, commented that it felt refreshing. After the maximum number of PE boxes was produced with this, it restored the mental health of every employee in the department. Ego gift, penitence hat, speed +2, work success rate +10% with the corresponding abnormality, so itself. Right, so the reason why we're going to consistently train up our guys for as long as possible, yada yada, is specifically because we want the armor, right? We want this here, which can protect us against the entities, and we can have up to 5 of them. It's very important that our employees wear these to keep them protected from the nasty things in the facility. Now, this here means that there is a cliphotic meltdown going on, and that means specifically that this here needs to be tended to immediately, otherwise it will go into meltdown and start killing people, right? So the moment that Binzend is done with the entity here, Mia is going to go in and... Actually, no, he can go back again, come to think of it. Has he taken sanity damage? Not sure, let's see. I don't think so. Not sure if you can tell yet. Right. Right, you can. Okay, I don't trust this red thing popping off, so I'm going to send in the employee with the largest amount of sanity to do instinct work. Not instinct work, I actually don't recall what this here one is. The one to the top right, let's say. Unescaping entity. A silent abnormality that understands the conflict between good and evil. Just a second. Its empty eye sockets stare at all those who encounter it. A giant skull that is attached to a cross. It wears a crown of thorns. It floats about 2 meters above the ground. While its appearance is bizarre, it is rare to record an incident against employees involving this abnormality. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. The assigned employee must kneel before it, in brackets standing appears to be acceptable, and present their, quote, evil by confessing their sins to it. The way it feeds is unknown. Just a moment. Excerpt from experiment records. We have catalogued the sins a person can commit into 3 levels. Level 1, a small lie or action that either goes unnoticed or can be shared in jest. Level 2, sins that are more serious and only shared with the closest of friends. Level 3, sins so profound that they cannot be shared with anyone. These will be taken to the grave. Employee redacted had been assigned to confess a level 1 sin. Energy production via the abnormality increased 12%. Employee redacted was assigned to confess a level 2 sin. Energy production via the abnormality increased by 15%. We assigned employee redacted to confess a level 3 sin. 1 minute and 48 seconds after the employee was sent in, a bright flash of light was seen. The light was so bright that it could be seen outside of the containment unit. Immediately following the light, there was a facility-wide power outage. The phenomena lasted for 2 hours. Employee redacted lost 6 years of their memory. Further experiments were cancelled. Scientific ethics decree that all footage of those who participated in the experiment is to be kept sealed. However, the incident left us no choice but to review the footage of the containment unit. Employee redacted. This happened during Redacted at around 4 p.m. Anyways, there was a railway about 20 minutes from my house. Some of my good friends and I decided to dress as forest animals. One of us chose to go as a deer. It was a crude costume. It could hardly be called one, to be honest. Just a pair of clumsily made antlers and a dark outfit with some deer-like spots on it. Omitted. I don't know how our dear friend wandered into the woods. We didn't even notice he was missing for maybe an hour. We searched for him and finally found him in some bushes. Gotta always pay attention to the entities and if they act up. Ladies and gentlemen. We searched for him and finally found him in some bushes. We called out his name, and I'm not sure if it was from relief of finally finding us or what, but he started sprinting towards us. And that's when we heard it. The gunshots. Bang, bang, bang. When I came to my senses, I saw his blood splattered all the way to my feet. After that, not one of us dressed up as an animal ever again. That's all. By the way, is this really supposed to work? Observation log number 4-_435. Its eye sockets are empty. It is a skull after all, but I doubt it's blind. It certainly has its gaze fixed on me, and I can somehow feel that it's listening to me. Confessing to it does lighten my heart, admittedly. Afterwards, we investigated the incident in the employee's hometown to get a better picture. We learned that a boy named Justin was shot and killed in a deer costume by hunters during hunting season. Unlike the employee's confession, Justin was repeatedly bullied by other kids. Witnesses said they heard the kids shout, "Run, Justin, run," right before the gunshot. After the incident, the kids at the scene moved out of town, and deer hunting was banned in the area. We're going to get to the end of the Cliphotic counter, and then we are going to end the day. Rather, we're going to end the day after we have all the weapons and all the armor harvested from this entity. It has a high receptibility to attachment work and insight for the lowest levels of such. Training the brave one in prudence means that he will not be affected by sanity aggressions. This here entity attacks the sanity of the employee that enters the chamber, so it is necessary to raise the sanity such that whoever is sent here can deal with it best. If they have a lot of sanity, then you can send them always in for attachment and train up attachment skill that way. We're going to, as I said, continue until we have 5 out of 5 for this. I believe that that is a sufficient. Let's see, has he gotten the item? So, every so often, there's this thing here called Penitent's Hat. So he gets a hat item. There is a 5% chance that he gets this by working on the entity. Success rate is increased by 10% with the corresponding abnormality. Meaning that this one here specifically is... Does he have the headband? I think he's got the headband, right. Gonna send her in for some attachment work because attachment increases the overall efficiency that she can perform tasks on other entities. She will be sent onto the next entity, which will be spawned in this here area for day 2. Just so that you can get the bearings of the game, yes, and know what's actually going on. See, this is simple enough. This is easy enough to understand, right? It'll get more complex, don't you worry. It'll get very complex very quickly. The layers of complexity to this game are multi-layered to the point where it can keep me intrigued and interested consistently moving forward. Listen, I know what you're thinking. Why is he training up sanity on Binzend and not health? Because sanity is very important. There are certain entities that attack only sanity a little later on, and you need to have someone that has really high sanity to deal with them, right? So getting that up as quickly as possible is very important, yes? Right. 2 more of those weapons and we're off. Now mind you, you see the little bar up top at the left hand corner, that's at the number 15. Later on it grows to like 3,000 over time. And right now it starts off very small, but the goal of each day is to fill up this here PE box bar, right? So we got that at the very, very beginning of the game because it was so short. You can literally almost skip this level. But I think that the lengthiness of it is proportionate to the necessity of explaining all of the fundamental basics that have gone into this very multi-layered and fairly complex, ingenious game that has come out of South Korea. I would rate this game as a solid 9.2 to 9.5 out of 10. In terms of how much I enjoyed playing it initially, and how much I am enjoying playing it presently. Big up to the creators, by the way. They're creating a Lobotomy Corporation Part 2 called Library of Ruina, which is in early stage development and is available on Steam next month. Rather, it was available on Steam since the 15th, I think, of next month, and it's in early beta-most access. Not beta, but gamma-like access. Haven't even had a chance to look at it proper yet, other than the trailer. Much effort has gone into it, and the gaming company that produced this is Project Moon, right? I am very infatuated with the sum totality of their results. Right, we've got 5 out of 5. After this here is dealt with, we will move on to the next level. After this final one here, one sin and hundreds of good deeds floats gently in the air, moving sluggishly. Binzend the brave witnesses the solemnity of one sin and hundreds of good deeds. Didn't finish. Did not respond at all as the work proceeded. To be willing to bear pain is half the atonement. Full grade. Beautiful. Right. Workday 1 complete. Rank S, which is higher than A. Reward 3 lob points. Control missions cleared. The quest that was given by the woman. And proceed to next day. Right, so now you're given the option of what is the next entity to choose from. This is a recording of the day we must never forget. Somewhere in the distance you can hear seagulls. People have been committing sins since long ago. Why do they commit sins knowing it's wrong? So, since my last playthrough, this here is the birdie that will attack the health of whoever goes in, and that's about it. Very easy to deal with. The recording of the day we must not forget is something that I did not have last time. This one here is training sanity. I think. And this one here is, I'm not sure. I didn't like the weapon and armor that I got from the Wait, no, this here is the Pepsi Cola thing. This is not the birdie, this is the Pepsi Cola thing, right. We're gonna start with the Pepsi Cola machine, right. Face the fear, build the future. That is the motto of our founder, the one whom we refer to as A or Alpha. Tell me, if you had to choose one, what part of the motto do you prefer? Face the fear or build the future? I'm going to go with build the future. The future is inevitable, but ever undecided. One may simply lie atop the sand of the future, or they may shape it with purpose. Lobotomy Corporation is an innovative company. The harvesting technologies we have discovered are such a... Please excuse my lack of vocabulary, it's simply remarkable. These technologies could be the salvation of mankind. With these we will mold the future, creating brand new paths. There was a bit of a confusion last time, wasn't there? Usually, I am in charge of the security of your office. However, it seems that I failed to pay close enough attention to the Saphira meeting room. I heard that a control team employee has, quote, resigned from the corporation. Good job. You do know what it means to, quote, resign here in the company, don't you? I'll take that as a no. I do sometimes miscalculate what information I should deliver to you and what I shouldn't. Some aspects of our company that I considered natural and obvious may come as quite a shock to you. We have a variety of roles here. It's like a well-structured play. Every actor has a role and they must be faithful to their part without any error, synergizing with each other. Now imagine that one of the actors decides to leave the stage because they didn't like their role. The actor should have played their predetermined part at the predetermined timing before making their exit stage left. But to leave the stage without fulfilling their part means that the life of the role and its actor are finished. That is what we mean when we say someone resigns. Great job, manager. You did exactly what I asked of you. I knew you could do it. You'll never guess how much I rooted for you back there. As for me, the day went all right. We covered a joint emergency protocol drill for my team. Not a single dropout or injury. Everyone did a good job. Not to say that it was perfect, though. By the way, manager, have you seen something creepier than the abnormalities? Those entities that wander the facility, unable to be contained, and sometimes they manifest themselves in the corridors. The drills do no good when you encounter them, since we don't have enough data on them, so we always have to stay alert. No matter how meticulous our plan is, we can't control the unknown. Sometimes when I encounter them, I get a strange feeling. It's not like fear or anything, some other sensation. Strange, isn't it? I feel nauseous. Like something within me is palpitating out of control, and it feels like I'm no longer myself. How could I describe it? Like something's wriggling inside of me, little by little. Your job isn't just to keep the abnormalities in control. You need to make sure that they're happy, so they'll produce as many P boxes as they can. Please work hard on this. Everything else should be secondary to that objective goal. Complete 4 work processes with a good result. Would you like to expand the control department? Yes. Thank you all very much for watching. Till next time, after this, you can accelerate the flow of time during management up to 2 times by using the joint command. Permits you to give cross-divisional work orders between departments. Beepers will be provided to the agents so that they can be notified to return to their home department. Recall scattered agents to their home department's main room. We're definitely going first with the TT2 protocol so that we can speed up the game, yes? Right, till next time, ladies and gentlemen, have a good one. Buy the audiobook.